Hello guys, so today we're going to be talking about my lighting setup for this scene, right? Because in my previous video I spoke about the importance of filming from the shadows, right? And also the importance of using the reflector for that shadow. So today I'm just going to be talking about each light on set and what they are doing. And as a result of that, I'm going to switch off all the lights and I'll be putting them on one by one so that you can see the effect of each light. So let's dive right into it. The first light that we decided to use on set, right, is the sunlight. So the sunlight is serving as our backlight or our rear light. Now what this sunlight is doing is that it is helping us to light our back so that it's going to separate my subject from the background. We decided to work with the sunlight because I love the feel that it is giving to our back and to our hair. So the second light I'm going to be talking about is the practical light, which is my RGB light. This light. So why I introduced this light into the scene is because my background is a bit too dark, right? And it is helping us to see that there is a distance, there's quite a distance between my subject and the background. And I also like the fact that it's giving my background a very cool cinematic feel. The third light that I want to talk about is my background light. So like I said, my background is a bit dark and I want to just light it up a bit to make sure that my audience sees that nothing is hidden there and it doesn't get too distracting, because sometimes people get distracted with dark scenes. Okay, so I'm going to light my background now. So you can see that it has lit up my background a bit. So what I'm using here is my ring light. So that's what is lighting the background. My third and final light that I want to talk about is my key light. My key light. You can see that my key light is making my subject dominate the scene. And I'm putting my key light 45 degrees off my subject. And I decided to use the Rembrandt lighting for her. You can see the triangle here. Okay, and the light that I'm using for this scene is the Bedroom 400, and I'm using a triple radar KL 65 inches soft box. Now one may want to ask that, why am I not using a grid for this particular scene? Now it is a very intentional thing that I did there because my background light is a sunlight, right? And it is very harsh, and it's very important that my subject is the brightest thing on set. And if I'm using the grid, it will reduce the intensity of the light on my subject, and the backlight will be the brightest thing on set and to be a bit distracting. So I decided to just use the softbox without the grid so that you can feel the intensity of the light on our face. Although it is soft, yet it is making my subject pop out and stand out on set. And the last thing I want to introduce in this setup is the rim light or a reflector. For me, I would want to use a reflector for this place because, I mean, one may want to argue that this place is a bit dark, so you can introduce the reflector to bounce your key light to this part of our face, and of course it makes this part of our face a bit lit up and it looks very cinematic. But some want to say that they like the contrast between the bright side of our face and the dark side of our face, and as a result of that they don't need a rim light, or they don't even need a reflector, and they want to leave it this way. Well, it depends on whatever works for you. So now that is what my lighting setup for this scene looks like. See you in the next one.